Front Row MMA here with the BAMMA lightweight champion of the world, Rob C4 Sinclair. Rob, first off, I want to thank you very much for taking the time to do the alternative commentary for us. Can you tell us what you thought of that fight?
The Warburton fight?
Yes, please.
Yeah, when I was doing the interview, the commentating, sorry, I sort of predicted how it was going to go. You know, it was going to be a grapple fest, and it was, wasn't it? You know what I mean? And I said while I was doing the commentating, I was saying, you know, whoever ends up on top will probably win the fight. And that's how it went, didn't it? Really, grapple fest.
Are you surprised that Curt didn't try to use the stand-up a little bit more, or was that just Stevie Ray trying to nullify that?
Well, no, I mean, Curt Warburton's changed his game, in my opinion, over the last few years. You know, he seemed to be a striker at the very beginning, but he sort of changed it and he likes to sort of grapple, get on top, and he's very strong from that position. So, and it's working for him. He's very successful in that position. But I mean, it was dangerous for him really, because he almost got caught in the second round. Stevie Ray's not, you know, he's not shit on the floor, is he? He knows his stuff. So, but yeah, you know, very tactical. You know, he did well.
Obviously, you're not going to want to articulate this, I suppose. But did you see anything that's given you fuel for thought for your training for Curt? Is there things there that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Curt's been a little bit upset recently because I did a drunken interview, but that's not me. You should know that by now, you know what I mean?
That wasn't one with us, was it?
I can't remember, to be honest. Good. I was pissed, so, you know, probably. Anyway, but yeah, Curt's a good fighter, you know what I mean? You don't go on a 5-fight win streak, you know, if you don't know what you're doing. You don't get in the UFC if you don't know what you're doing. It's going to cause a lot of problems. It really is. You know, he didn't take no damage in that fight. I know he had his back taken, and he's not taken no damage in the last few fights I've seen him, so it's going to be hard to finish. And he's fit, he's strong, so I've just got to train hard, haven't I, you know.
How long is it going to be before you're ready to get back full-time training into the cage?
Okay, well, I did the injury 8 weeks ago today. I did the injury on the 12th of January, and it took him 9 days to operate. Now, at this particular point in my rehab, I'm 2 months in, and I'm doing pad work now, and I'm swimming, and I'm on the bike, which is probably about 5 weeks ahead of schedule. I'm not pushing it. This is my physio telling me what to do, right? So I'm about 5 weeks ahead of schedule. My physio told me you could be ready for July if you keep progressing how you're progressing. So I think there's a BAMMA in May, which I won't be ready for. I've heard there's a BAMMA in end of July or August, so I'm hoping for that. I mean, I'm not going to do anything silly like push my ankle, because if it snaps again, I'm back to square one. But realistically, to get healthy, get fit, and then fight camp, I'm probably looking about August.
So we can expect before the end of the year to see.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've had a bit of a bad time last year with BAMMA. You know, I've talked about that before, and then obviously, I mean, I was ready to go here. I was looking forward to the fight, so I would have fought tonight. By the time I fight in August, it'd be another fucking year. Yeah. So I'm going to try and fight August, and then October, and then December. I'm going to try and get 3 fights in. You
know, at the UFC that took place in London, there was pretty much they got rid of a ton of the UK's top light heavyweights: Terry Adam, Paul Sass. Sorry.
Probably light heavyweights now with all the food.
Yeah, that's it.
Having a good time.
They're having their party now. But you know, there's some big names out there now. Now, obviously, you had the match with Sass. You're gonna hit me because you're gonna spam me because it was like the Curt Warburton thing. I'm pushing. Yeah. Is that a fight now that on the BAMMA stage you'd be interested in taking?
Honestly, I mean, listen, right, when I first fought Sass, right, you know, I didn't really fight to the best, and I was upset at myself with the way I fought, right. Fair play to Sass, he got the win on the night, you know. I wanted that fight for a good 6 months after that, straight away, because I knew what I'd done. Anyway, I went training with at Cowabon, and I got to know the guy, you know, and he's a really good guy, and the only time if I'm honest, the only time I really want to fight Terry or Paul Sass, because bearing in mind, I do train with nowhere near as much as what I used to, but I have trained with them and all that. Would be in the UFC. I wouldn't want to fight them on the UK scene because they're my friends as well. Yeah. You know what I mean? They are my friends. It's one of them. I can't answer that question really. I mean, the fight honestly doesn't interest me if you're asking that question because I don't like to fight my friends. Yeah. And I class them as my friends.
The only reason I bring it up is, of course, their rankings, and the fans will love it. But also their rankings in terms of, you know, they're coming down from the show that you want to get to. And it would seem to me that that's a stepping stone into the big show.
Yeah, it's a stepping stone for them as well, because obviously if they get either belt, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's great for them. You know, but like I say, I class them as friends, and if I was forced to, then I'd probably have no choice. You know, but if I had my own choice, I'd say, look, I don't want to fight you on BAMMA. I'd rather fight you, if I had to, on the bigger shows. You know, because I don't want to fight for the. I want to fight for some big money if I'm going to fight them, because they're friends. Like I say, you know. And I'm that type of person, me. I tell you what, if you look at my CV of opponents I've fought, right, I've beaten all the champions around. And I've not done nobody, and the only reason I've had to pull out this is because of my Achilles. And I left it a week before I pulled out the fight just to make sure it was actually fucked. Because I thought if I've just really badly I'll still work around it and things like that. So I don't duck nobody when it comes to it. And I talk to a lot of people around the UK scene, a lot of managers, and my fighter won't take this guy because he's too good on the floor, and my fighter he's too good stood up, and I'm going, what? Fuck's sake, just take the fucking fight. You know what I mean? You want to progress. It's a case of padding records. But look at the guys I fought, man. You know, not been easy, have they?
No.
You know, so. But like I said, when it comes back to going back to Sass and all that, I wouldn't duck any of them. But I wouldn't want to fight because they're my friends. That's the answer.
I think I was hoping that BAMMA would sort of jump on and sign all these guys up so that we could get a little Grand Prix going. You know, go back to the good old 8-man tournament, work all the way through in the old-fashioned way. If that idea was pitched to you, would that make it a little more exciting as opposed to we're going to put you a one-on-one with them? If they put the 8 top lightweights in the country, is that something? Because God knows we could use that buzz that you and Warburton will bring to a fight that and it's good for British MMA.
Yeah, of course. I mean, they're doing good things anyway, regardless of the tournament. It'd only add to it. I mean, there've been shows recently, they've shown it can be successful. 3 fights in one night. I mean, if you chuck my brother in the mix as well at lightweight, you know what I mean? Well, I wouldn't want to fight my brother, to be honest.
Of course,
you know what I mean? I'll kick shit arm. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean that'd be interesting, that, wouldn't it?
Now,
some good guys around.
I don't know if this is something we can cut. We were speaking earlier, and I've always asked, how close do you think you are to the biggest show on earth?
Right.
Are we any closer than we were?
Right. Okay. Well, anyway, I got after I fought Andre Winner, my manager emailed whoever he emailed. I don't know. You know what I mean? And he said, look, he's got one more fight at BAMMA. If he wins, are you looking to sign the guy? And they said, UFC said, one more win and we'll take the guy. Right? That doesn't necessarily mean I'll sign for them. That's just the offer they put on the table. That's just my manager's job to do that, you know what I mean? And then obviously, if BAMMA will offer me a contract, and Bellator will offer me a contract, and a 1FC have been in touch, I believe, and stuff like that. But I've got one more fight at BAMMA. Hopefully I'll get the win. It's going to be Curt Warburton from what everyone's saying to me. Should have been Curt Warburton last time. If I get the win, I'll be in a strong position really to, well, you're going to put me an offer, you put me an offer, and you put me an offer, and, I don't know. Everyone's had a chance. Listen, everyone's had a chance. There's been over 50, 60 people, whether it be the Ultimate Fighter show, or whether they've been signed, or whether they've been signed because they know somebody, or they know somebody. They've all had the chance. I've not had one chance.
It's your turn.
Not one chance. Look, if you can count, there must be 50 or 60 guys that have gone and had chances, right? And there's been a couple of success. I mean, Ross Pearson, Michael Bisping, Paul Daly, Dan Hardy. They've been the success stories, aren't they? Yeah. Not a lot. Terry and Paul Sass have done well. Not many, is it? You know what I mean?
I hope I'm not putting words in your mouth. But when you talk about this, there's a fire in you. Yeah. Is this something that's really fueling you now?
I tell you what, right? I mean, I haven't been fighting on motivation now, for about 2 years. I fought Daniel Weichel, right? And I was under a different management than Cage Warriors. And they said, you need another win. I thought, I need another win. I've just fought the M1 champion. I just beat him in 3 minutes or whatever. #1 in Europe or whatever he's done. I expected to lose. So and then I see like 3 or 4 people get signed, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck, right? So I lost all my motivation. That's why my brother retired. The same reason, because all these people around him are getting all these chances, and my brother didn't get beat for 4 years, right? And I'm their BAMMA champion, and I'm beating everybody they're putting in front of me, and blah blah blah. So I've just gone. And I was fighting for the last 2 years just because I had to.
Yeah.
Do you get me? It's like everyone's asking me when you're fighting again. I better get a fight then, I guess. You know what I mean? That's how it worked. Since I've done my injury, I've got all this motivation back now, because I was thinking about retirement 2 years ago, and I've had sat on that settee and I've gone, what the fuck am I playing at retirement? I can retire at 40 or 38, and I've got a long time retired. So I've got a massive amount of motivation back. she's pretty dangerous really for any lightweight, because I've gone through the training camps, like I've got to go to fucking training again. I couldn't be arsed. Yeah. Genuinely couldn't be arsed, you know what I mean? And now I'm itching to get back. I can't wait to get back. She's pretty dangerous with the combination as well.
Are you saying this is you putting the lightweights on the world's lightweights on notice that Rob Sinclair is going to be heard this year?
No, you know what, right? I personally think, right, that I could fight any lightweight in the world, right, and hold my own, right? Not saying I'll win, but I'll tell you what, they won't want to fight me again. They won't want to fight me again, right? And I'll say that about anybody, because I won't give up. I'll tell you now, I will not give up.
I'm gonna ask another question that may earn me a slap. There's the rumor had it that you went in to see Curt just before the fight. How did that go?
Yeah, well, I went in to see him because I like I say, he's a bit upset. I think he's a bit upset from an interview I did. Right now, going back, he was supposed to fight my brother, and I got told, right. I'm just saying that I got told that he turned my brother down. Right, Curt's come out and said he didn't do that, so I said okay. I believe you then. And then in an interview I was having a laugh and a joke, right? Pistol. Because it's not like me, I've never talked smack before. And I think it upset him a little bit. Snapping me Achilles here, I went in just to say good luck, you know, apologies for pulling out because of my hand. Tried to be respectful, and I don't, from what I'm hearing around, I don't know if you like that or not, I didn't mean it any disrespect at all. I was just trying to be genuinely and say, look, I apologise for that. Maybe I could have said it earlier, but they wouldn't let me through, you know what I mean? So, but I was just trying to be polite, but obviously it doesn't work, so.
Rob, you're always so generous with your time with us. I want to thank you for that. And because it's an interview, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to? Anybody you want to give a thanks to?
Yeah, well, I want to give a out to. I want to give a thanks out to my girlfriend, because she's been, you know, she's been doing a lot for me while I've been sat on my arse and all that. And all my sponsors have stayed with me. You know, there's too many to name, so I won't go through them all. And my coach and everyone. And BAMMA have been really patient with me. So, you know, I'm grateful to all of them. And, you know, I'll be back.
Well,
I'll be back.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you very much for doing the commentary. It's always a pleasure. Thank you.
All right.